Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Cormorant fishing, an ancient Chinese tradition, uses trained birds to catch fish on the Lijiang River in Guilin, China. Once vital for survival, it's now a fading art, showcased primarily to tourists. In Xingping Town, Yangshuo County, only a handful of fishermen still carry on this unique technique. Among them is 84-year-old Wang Changfa.
我今年84了，像我这把年纪的呢，没有几个了。这60岁左右的人呢，还有10多个，10多个专门捕鱼的吧啊，其他的那些搞旅游的也有啊，他不捕鱼了。
The process involves gradually acclimating the birds to the water, teaching them to dive, and conditioning them to return to the fishermen with their catch.
最深的地方有20多米，差不多是30米。水深是涨大水的时候水深啊，它是水涨高了，它不是加高的那个水位吗？现在属于枯水季节了，退下去了。涨大水的时候涨到那个围墙那里去了。它下大雨，它上面下大雨的那水往上面过来的。
Wang starts his day before sunrise. Dressed in a traditional jacket and straw hat, he gathers his fishing nets and makes his way to the river. Despite his age and the physicality of the fish, Wang says he continues this job not just for sustenance, but to preserve a fading tradition. He enjoys sharing it with visitors who are curious about this rare historical craft.
这2个鸟我们就放下水里面，用那个鱼网围起来，它就去抓。从半岁就开始训练了，6个月的时候就可以训练了。都跟着那个老鸟一起去训练。
His cormorants have been with him now for 12 years and sit upon perches near the front and back of the modest wooden boat as Huang paddles through the shallow waters of the river. However, the process doesn't rely solely on the bird's skill. Huang skillfully casts his nets at just the right moments, using them to complement the cormorant's efforts. Fishing begins with precise preparation. Wang positions his boat carefully and ties straw and string around the birds' necks.
过了20年以后呢，它捕鱼就没有这么厉害了，老了啊。它就吃鱼，其他东西一概不吃了。没有吧？在工作之前就给它工作先。 把这个脖子勒个稻草，工作以后完毕了，才解开稻草，才给它吃。它吃饱了不干活的了。
Tying this loose snare near the base of the bird's throat does not stop the bird from swallowing small fish, but prevents the bird from swallowing larger fish, which are held temporarily in their gullet. Years of training have taught the cormorants to recognize Huang's subtle cues. They spring into action with unmatched energy. Moments later, they resurface victorious, gripping their catch tightly in their beaks. It's a performance similar to that of a well-trained golden retriever, returning to its master with pride, eager to showcase its skill. Standing steadily on his bamboo raft, Wang takes the fish from their beaks, often helping to open the bird's mouth to prompt it to release the fish. Other times, the cormorants regurgitate their catch directly into the basket, a behavior that's been trained to do without hesitation. For these birds, it's second nature. For Wang, it's the culmination of countless hours of patient training.
出生的时候就在这个漓江出生的，我就在那个20块钱人民币旁边那个沙滩那里出生的。以前我们是住在像那种船一样的，还小一点，就在船上生活的。我们没有土地的，跟着父亲都是在这个漓江上捕鱼的。
The backdrop of this extraordinary scene of unparalleled beauty is towering mountains and a serene rural landscape. The river is a lifeline to the region, supporting a diverse ecosystem, home to over 40 species of fish, ranging from the commonly caught carp and grass carp to the more delicate osmanthus fish and scaleless varieties.
捕鱼是就像打鸟一样的，有一天大天小的，有时候10来斤，有时候3两斤，又一天了。以前捕鱼的工具就没有现在的工具这么厉害，现在捕鱼的工具呢就发达一点。我们围一晚，我们得过30斤，以前搞一天都得不到30斤。
For generations, fishermen like Wang have relied on the Li River's bounty, building their livelihoods around its abundance. Yet, with tourism and modernization transforming the region, the traditional dependence on the river's natural resources is becoming less common, highlighting the uniqueness and cultural significance of Wang's work. As the sun sets, Wang returns home and begins preparing his dinner. The meal is simple but rewarding. A fresh fish roasted on an open flame prepared using techniques as old as the fishing practice itself.
卖给镇上人呀，他不是买鱼做饭吃吗？做菜吗？哦，也是这样，赚点钱，积攒一点钱，过一个年就花费完了，又没有了。一般是勉强够生活。
While his work is challenging, Wang says he's proud to maintain a legacy that connects him to his ancestors and introduces a new generation to this harmonious relationship between man and nature. Both cormorant fishing and traditional Chinese papermaking are living examples of how rich and resourceful China's cultural heritage really is. Both traditions involve hands-on processes that haven't been lost to modern technology. Traditional Chinese papermaking is a centuries-old craft passed down through generations, rooted in a profound understanding of natural materials and craftsmanship. The journey begins with the raw material. Rice straws are soaked and processed into a fine paste. This paste is then mixed with water in a careful ratio, creating a slurry that forms the foundation for the paper. Using a bamboo screen or sieve, artisans work together to carefully dredge the slurry, lifting thin layers of the mixture out of the water. The workers must distribute the slurry evenly across the screen, using repetitive practice movements to create a sheet with consistent thickness and texture. This is the key to producing high-quality paper. Relying on the artisan's trained eye and touch to repeatedly adjust the slurry on the screen and ensure the paper's thickness remains consistent throughout. The workers must distribute the slurry evenly across the screen, using repetitive practice movements to create a sheet with consistent thickness and texture. While this may appear simple, it is an incredibly subtle and skilled step. The process is deceptively labor-intensive and highlights the wisdom passed down through generations. Once the sheets are formed, they are carefully lifted and spread out to dry. This step requires patience, as uneven drying can compromise the quality of the final product. Traditional papermaking has always been a collaborative effort within communities. From preparing the raw materials to managing the drying process, multiple hands often contribute to ensuring the craft is done efficiently. After drying, the paper is ready to be cut in various sizes, depending on its intended use. Whether for calligraphy, scroll making, or practical purposes, the versatility of this handmade paper ensures its continued relevance. Clay pottery is another one of China's and the world's oldest crafts. It has been passed down through countless generations. This ancient tradition relies on meticulous hand techniques, including shaping, baking, and painting clay pieces. The process begins with raw clay, carefully sourced from local areas to ensure superior quality and malleability. The clay is first kneaded and refined to remove any impurities, creating a smooth and workable texture. It is then skillfully shaped on a potter's wheel, where artisans use their expertise to guide and mold the clay into its intended form. This is often a collaborative effort, with multiple hands working harmoniously to perfect every curve and angle. The wheel becomes a stage for creativity, where these men push the boundaries of scale and design. The artistry continues once the basic shape is complete and the pot has dried. Details are carefully carved into the clay by hand, bringing the surface to life. Scales of dragons and elaborate dragon motifs are etched in, their intricate forms showcasing both the skill and the imagination of the artist. Traditional motifs such as dragons, flowers, and landscapes are common, each carrying symbolic meanings. Much like other traditional Chinese crafts, the art of pottery making is deeply rooted in family and community. Techniques and designs are passed down orally and through hands-on practice, ensuring the preservation of unique regional styles. Next, the clay is fired in a kiln. The baking process hardens it, transforming it into durable pottery. Temperatures in traditional kilns often reach over 1,000 degrees Celsius or 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. This step not only strengthens the clay, but also prepares it for the next phase: decoration. After cooling, the pottery is ready for painting and glazing. Using natural pigments and brushes, the artists apply intricate designs inspired by nature, mythology, and daily life. Cormorant fishing, papermaking, and clay pottery are more than just ancient skills. They are pieces of China's cultural identity. Each craft reflects generations of ingenuity passed down through families who kept the traditions alive. However, the number of people who know how to complete these crafts is dwindling. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.